Welcome back to Herb Home. This is Jeannie. Hi. And I am on my way to pick up one of my workers. He doesn't have a vehicle currently, so I'm going to go get him. But a little bit about hiking your own hike. Okay, I turned 75 in March. And just before that, I went to tackle the Eagle Rock Loop with four guys that were in fairly good condition, quite a bit younger than I am. And while I could make the grade, I was like 20 minutes behind them going up, I think it's Hurricane Knob. And I just told them to go on. And I went back to camp closer to where they'd be coming out at. And I was really discouraged. I kind of cried that night. And, getting old on one level sucks because you can't do things you did when you were younger at the same speed or as strongly. But I was really feeling sorry for myself that day because that was a real goal of mine, was to hike with this other hiker and, just be able to keep up. Guys, it's not going to happen. I have blood disorder and respiratory trouble. My bones are getting older. I had my first break about a year ago, and my ankle and everything is much better now. But, it's just like, hey, I was feeling like, well, I'll never be able to really hike again. And I spent quite a bit of time that night really feeling sorry for myself. But you know what? I got up the next morning and I went down, did a short hike down to the falls, and they were stunningly beautiful. Then I kind of kicked myself in the bottom, drove down to another trailhead and did a beautiful section of Eagle Rock Loop called Winding Stairs, and ran into a friend, and we ended up going up to the Eagle Rock Vista and camping out in order to see the sunrise there. We saw the sunrise, and it was so beautiful, and I accomplished that. But you know what? I did it at my speed for somebody who didn't mind hiking my speed, and my trail nickname, you gave it to me, was Granny Gear now. And I'm earning it, that's for sure. But we went, I guess that was about a third of the loop, And there was a wake-up call. It was like, hey, you can do this. You just don't have to compete with, those that you cannot keep up with, Go out and enjoy what you're doing. Literally hike your own hike. Get the equipment that suits you. I've been always one of the ones that's out in front of the pack and gotta push the limits on everything. And now I'm ambling, moving slower. I get there, but I'm slower. I have to throw in an extra day maybe when I'm doing. And there are a few things that I can't do. I want to learn to rappel, and I am going to do it. But I'm going to do it my way, find out about how to do it, and do some rock climbing. I used to climb, but not using all the equipment that they have now. Mine was quite a bit different. Gosh, it's been 60 years ago. I was 15 or 16. So, yeah. But I've heard there are good classes in it. I'm going to stretch a little bit this fall and try to do that. But I think the idea is really and truly hike, backpack, kayak, at what you feel comfortable doing. It's okay to test yourself, but not to the point of getting so desperately discouraged as I was that one night. Be honest with yourself about your abilities. What can I safely do? And then just go out and do it. And let the younger hikers pass you going up the hills. Tell them the stories that you know. If you know your area, talk about what it was like when you were younger. Share who was a Comanche, and she and her sister, they were twins, were famous horse trainers, horse whisperers long before Monty talked about it. You know, I met a lot of the old time movie cowboys. Dad actually had a partnership with one doing rodeo stock for Southern California. You know, those are things that are passing. So hike your own hike, tell the stories, enjoy being out there again. Granny Gear lecture number 10 out of the way. Have a good day, kids.